Curious George, the curious little monkey. Here he comes, as happy as can be. Curious George, the curious little monkey. Why is he curious? Well, let's go and see.
Curious George meets an Indian. "George," said the man with the yellow hat, "there's an Indian village nearby. Let's go and see it." They got in their little blue car and drove off. The chief was greeting the visitors. His daughter, Little Star, looked sad. "My father won't let me enter the tree climbing contest," she whispered to George. "He doesn't think girls can climb trees." "I see an old friend over there, George," said the man. "You can look around, but don't get into trouble." The Indians were putting on masks, getting ready for their rain dance. An eagle mask with long feathers was lying on the ground. What would it be like to wear an Indian mask? George was curious. He put on the mask, just like an Indian. It was so big that it almost covered George. All you could see were his 2 feet. Now, the drums started to beat. The rain dance was about to begin. Masked Indians danced around in a circle. George started to dance with them. Whoops, he bumped into a dancer. He bumped into another. The chief got up from his throne. "Who is that wearing my eagle mask?" he asked. "Bring him over to me." George was scared. Winged Foot tried to catch him, but all Winged Foot caught was a handful of feathers. "Stop him!" he cried. George ran as fast as he could. There was no time to take off the mask. Little Star saw someone with her father's mask and ran after him. George had climbed to the top of the tree in the forest. Little Star climbed right after him. "You give me back that mask," she shouted. "It belongs to my father." George was trapped. He took off the mask and gave it to her. "George, so it was you." "Come down, you two," ordered the chief, who was standing at the foot of the tree. Little Star handed the mask to her father. "Did you climb all the way up the tree just to get my mask?" "Yes, I did," she said softly. "That was brave of you," her father said proudly. "You were right. You are big enough to climb trees. You may enter our climbing contest today. As for George, you shouldn't have taken my mask, but you made up for it by letting Little Star prove she could climb a tall tree." George sat next to the chief during the contest, and Little Star won. After the contest, the man with the yellow hat came to pick up George. "Next year," said the chief, "you're invited to take part in our climbing contest." The Indians waved goodbye to their new friends. Then, George and the man got in their little blue car and drove home.